per usual. Sadly, I can't figure out a way to make a very cool screen background. What's up, Kim? Kim, we're going to have an epic session today. I'm going to teach all of the, all of the certain program that I want everyone to start using. I'm not even mentioning it. I'm not even going to mention it. I can't mention it. We need the arbitrage. We need to maintain the arbitrage that exists. Oh, wow. What a morning. Greetings from Mexico. Where in Mexico, out of curiosity? Cocor glass jewelry. ¿A dónde en México? I love Mexico. Extreme amount of love for Mexico. Good. Kim, yeah, you're going to be there. Oh, I got to turn this volume down. All right. Well, Nick, heck of a morning, right? Woke up, got on in Monterrey, the third biggest city in Mexico, I think. Woke up to come onto Facebook, saw an art storefront's customer running the live painting, 2 cell phones, bobbing and weaving back and forth, dealing with comments over here, dealing with comments over there, and just shipping it, which is just amazing. I just love seeing it. Morning, Jan. How you doing? Hope things are going well in Colorado. So I got to see that double live session going on, and then we have a member. You're having internet issues, it looks like. Then we have a member post in our group, this morning that she opened up what she would call a limited edition, and launched it with an Instagram live and sold $7,000 worth in one sitting. Raise your prices. Raise your prices. Unbelievable. Tell me art's not selling. 7,000 in one announcement. Announcement in the middle of a rioting pandemic.
You know what I was going to tell you? Is that, I was speaking to one of our artists that's been on the platform for a couple of years. He spent the majority of his time doing offline shows and things like that, right? And so he's struggling, and he's really working hard to work on the strategy, the online strategy, because you have to be, right?
Yep.
You have to be right now. He's similar to many people that, didn't take the online market seriously and got the rug pulled out from underneath them during this pandemic, right? And, so we were talking about one of the things that he was doing, and, and the thing that strikes me about the thing that he was talking about and what happened with one of our other members with these commissions, right, is the Tradecraft. Mm-hmm. You could do a couple things wrong, and literally these things will not work for you, right? It is so true. It's more true than ever, right? We talk if your strategy on Facebook, on Instagram, on email, on any of these things is wrong in any little way, it can literally kill the whole thing. And it doesn't even matter how big of a following you have. And that's what I've learned. I'm it's just fascinating, And so in her case with these commissions,
he ran a show. He's got big following. He had insane engagement, but
insane engagement.
And so it's the tiny
no sales. No sales. And you and I watch it, and I look at it and I see 3 major mistakes. And they're in our playbook, right? Yep. So he'll be able to fix this. We'll help him fix this, obviously. But it just shows you wow, a guy that has a lot of sales, a big following, a great niche. He does the live show, great engagement, i.e. people were sharing it, commenting on it, all of that stuff, and no sales. Whereas you and I, when we're working with some of the other artists, right? We're literally selling every single piece. 15 pieces from a basement, not even the best inventory, right? So it just shows you that it's not about just doing one thing. It's about doing it exactly the right way,
Yeah. And also, who cares, right? Because he got one in the water. He's going to be a little bit more comfortable. He learned, going back to our Ship It, which we're probably going to have to rename this thing the Ship It show instead of the random show. I mean, just because the fundamental thing underlying all this success we're seeing is people just executing, people just shipping, people falling flat on their face, getting smoked, and figuring it out and doing it great the next time, and just not letting any of that stuff get in the way from executing, right? Don't let any of it get in the way. Don't let any of it get in the way. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Kim, you can ask about that today, depending on the timing and the platform and everything else. So just raise your hand when you get into the group.
Need the date and time, Kim. Need the date and time, and to plan that in advance if possible, if it's possible.
We'll talk about it, and we're definitely bringing. I confirmed we're going to bring Allison in on the Zoom too, and she's going to talk about the $7,000 limited editions in one sitting.
No, commissions. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, commissions. But it doesn't matter. That's a great sale for an artist. I mean, now you have to go create all the work, but yeah, amazing. Yes, Rachel, change the ship it right away, ship it, show it ASAP, get it going.
I sort of feel like the ship it is like inside information at this point. You know what I mean? Even though we're talking about it live with everybody, it's kind of like it's such a big problem that, you know, teaching our members what it really means and understanding it, it's actually the problem behind the problem. You know, oftentimes there is a problem behind the problem, you know, and it just fascinates me. Totally fascinates me.
Yeah, it's sort of amazing too, because it's not a panacea, but it's like almost a panacea. It almost cures just about all the ails, right? Like, you know, there's never any one wonder drug, but man, the ship it mentality is a large part of it. Large part.
Yep. And just the continual thing here. Yeah, the continual thing here though is like, you know, is that, you know, the member we're referring to, she gets $7,000 worth of commissions yesterday in 2 hours, right? And it's just like this just underpins the whole narrative in general that art is selling, and it continues to sell, and it doesn't stop selling, you know. And we've talked about how we're seeing Black Friday levels on the platform, you know, from the individual artist and photographer websites. You and I have shown at least once or twice a week on our non-customer Zoom calls that we're doing on Facebook, you know, in Zoom, where they're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter all at the same time, but you can get on these Zoom calls with us. But we show the Google Trends, right? There's this, you know, you can go on Google Trends and you type in buy art online, and you can see that at the beginning of April, end of March, beginning of April, the searches for buy art online are higher than any point in the last 12 months by like 2 to 3 times, 200 to 300% higher. Nobody would ever think that would be possible, right? Yep. You would never think that. If I asked anyone, like, do you think that the searches for buy art online are like 2 to 3 times higher than they were like around Black Friday or the fourth quarter of last year? Well, they are. Go there right now and check trends.google.com. And you can see it's just incredible. And so there's data there. There's data in the home decor market with companies like Wayfair. You know, there's sales exploding during the pandemic. And then there's us and all the data that we keep publishing every week, you know?
Yeah. It's not even worth saying pandemic anymore, because it sort of feels like all of a sudden we're out of the pandemic with this craziness that's going on.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it crazy? It's just like from one thing to the next, right? From one thing to the next.
Yeah. But we all have families to feed. We all have mouths to feed. We all have businesses to grow. So we choose to take the tack of keep calm and carry on, right?
That's right.
Keep calm, carry on, and keep growing the business. So for all the customers that are on, big Zoom session today, I'm going to be doing some awesome deep dive teaching on lives that you're not going to want to miss. We'll be sharing some of the successes and, you know, talking about what continues to go on, hopefully getting you.
Yeah, and you just can't. Here's the truth. Here's the truth right now, you know, and we've been, you know, I've been talking about this individually with some of the members, and I mentioned it on the last session. We'll be mentioning it every session. These are the private ones for members only, is that you just can't miss these. You just can't, you know, if they're like, if I told you that you could plug in to the latest and greatest tactics and strategies, right?
Yep.
Like every single time, the latest information, you know, and it'll be fed to you by simply going to these workshops or watching them after the fact, right? That's fine too. But to spend that hour or 2 hours to just get that information, that is the highest ROI, highest return on investment use of your time that you could possibly do, that anyone in the industry could possibly do, right? Obviously, this is for members only, but it's at that point now because look, we're talking strategy. We're providing the strategy. We're showing what is the latest things that are working. We're talking about it all. And yes, it's a flywheel. There's network effects that are happening. That's what the flywheel is. It's a network effect. Then we go and improve the playbooks, right? But it's the latest information. And so, how I talk about internally, I always talk about the idiot's medicine. Like there's certain things that you can do in a business that are kind of like the idiot's medicine. And even if you screw up a lot of other things, if you do these things right, you will kind of bumble your way to success, right? Yeah. Like tracking our metrics weekly as a business. It's idiot's medicine. No matter what happens, if we screw something up, if we miss something somewhere, if somebody on the team forgets something, it always gets found and fixed, right? So it's like idiot's medicine. The workshops is the idiot's medicine for the membership, essentially, right? It's my equivalent where it's like, even if you're totally lost, even if you don't know what to do, even if you haven't been engaged for the last 6 months or 3 months, or you haven't been following everything exactly, if you attend these, you will be on track, basically, right? Because you have no choice but to get on track, because as soon as you go, you'll be like, oh my goodness, I haven't even, what are all these people have been executing on all this stuff? I didn't even know I was supposed to be doing that. What am I focusing on? What am I even thinking about? And you're like, I got to attend these. So there is nothing more important than attending these. It is the highest value, thing that the highest value product that we offer, straight up, that it is. You may not think so. You may not realize that if you're not a member. It is the highest value thing, because how could you not want to just be getting that information every week?
Yeah. What's crazy is it makes me think of like, I love riding motorcycles, right? And there's this place in the bottom right-hand corner of California. It's like 5 minutes to Mexico, 10 minutes to Arizona. And it's called Glamis. It's where they filmed, like the Jabba the Hutt scenes in Star Wars, right? And so there's these crazy rolling sand dunes, and some of them are huge and high. And as fun as it is, it's an insanely treacherous place, right? Like if you don't know what you're doing and you're brand new and you don't understand how these things flow and how you move a motorcycle or a car through them, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. And so I'll never forget, like the first day I went, the first time I ever went, like, so what happens is that one person that knows what they're doing usually leads train through, right? And so all you're doing is you're just getting in the train and you're following the person that knows how to look out for all the struggle and everything else. And you're just following, right? And it was my first time, literally my first time. And, I was just like, woo, this is amazing. And started going off on my own, right? And the guy who was leading knew that it was my first time. And so instantaneously stops everybody, comes over, and he like yells at me, right? And I'm like, dude, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you yelling at me for? And he yells at me about the importance of following and staying on the track, put me back in the track, and I was all good and I followed. And that's what it is in a sense, right? Because your tendency is to want to just go free form, explore, and go color outside of the lines and go try a bunch of stuff that's potentially not working, right? It's not working. Like, follow the train, stay on the track, stay on the thing, and you're going to get through this whole thing just fine, because we have too much experience and too many people doing the right stuff and the data feeding back into the system. So all you got to do is get on your motorcycle, follow what everyone else is doing, because what we're doing is not what everyone else is doing, right? And
exactly, follow the leadership. That's the way I think
about it. Yeah.
Follow the leadership, follow the leaders, follow the most successful people. It's right there. And so if you're not following it, you're giving away, you're asking for frustration. You're asking to waste your time. You just blow your time on things that don't matter, right? I mean, like
shiny objects, chasing
shiny objects, wrong priorities. You think you're working on the right thing, you're not, and you're just asking like that. And so there's nothing more important than attending these workshops as a member. Nothing more important. So everyone listening to that, you'll hear me emphasize it today. Again, you'll hear us emphasizing it on every workshop going forward, because it's so hard for some people, like if you're not thinking about it the right way, it's hard to appreciate what it means to be plugged in with like the tip of the spear, of the industry and execution. I mean, like, if you know that that's what it is, how could you actually like not be absorbing that? If you're not, it's like, I have to wonder, like, what are you thinking? Like, my time is extremely valuable. as CEO and owner, your time is extremely valuable as the head of marketing. You know what I mean? To like grow the business, but we're spending our time on these things because we're entrepreneurs, and this is it. We are helping people entrepreneurially, right? So we are setting the strategy, we're helping them with strategy, and we're helping facilitate all of this information to come to the surface so that everyone can soak it all up, and then they leave and they have the best information to go and execute, even when it's not even in all of the playbooks yet, right? Like it's not even in all of it yet. And so it has the ability to correct your thinking, to upgrade your thinking, to, you know, stop you doing things you shouldn't be working on or focusing on, you know, and which is you're talking about things that are the biggest problems in the industry: focusing on the wrong things, you know, having the wrong expectations, not knowing exactly what to do, not knowing where you're screwing up, not knowing what the best people that are making sales, the most sales, you know, right now are doing, you know, not being involved in all of that. And so when I was on this phone call yesterday with one of our members, you know, who never focused really on selling online, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, why are you not at the workshops? What are you doing? What are you doing? You were on one. You were on one like 2 months ago and you love it, you know? And he's like, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. You know? And I'm just like, that is like, you wanna fix your business? That's how you fix it. That's how you fix it. It's the idiot's medicine, right? It's not like I can give you this playbook and I can give you this stuff and I can give you the art marketing calendar, but if you're not there, I can't correct you. I can't keep you on track. You're going off into la la land, you know, and then 2 months go by.
Outside of the lines.
Well, what happens is 2 months go by and we're like, are you doing this? Are you doing that? And it's like, no, I'm not. I didn't even know. It's like the same thing where we had people on our workshops last week, and there's a few people that always come in and they're like, I need more leads. I need more traffic. I need all of that. And I'm like, have you been working on the #1 tactic that I've literally talked about for 2 months straight on every single workshop twice a week? And we've had members on showing all the success that they've had with the #1 tactic. And it's like, no, I haven't been doing that. And it's like, why haven't you been doing that? Because you haven't come to the workshops and you haven't been looking at the art marketing calendar, right? So,
there's an accountability piece to it for sure.
There is. Yeah. But like, again, if you just commit to attending the workshops, you will be basically kind of, it's like you'll have bumpers in the lane at the bowling alley, right? That's what it's like. You might go like this and bumble around, but the bumpers are in the lane and you'll generally be heading in the right direction. And I know you'll be on the right track. And we see it. We see it, Pat, don't we? Like, think about members who are not sophisticated.
You need to hear from other people's success, right? Because it can't always just come from us. It can't always come out of my mouth and your mouth. Like, they need to say, like, here's what I did. Here's how I won. Here's how you can do it. Here's what it looked like that I did. Follow it. And that is like probably way more powerful than any bloviation on our part.
Yeah, exactly. It's so true though. It's so true because, you know, like there's brand new members that come on the workshops, brand new, literally signed up for Art Storefronts in the last 30 days, right? And they're like, I just did the marketing right here. I just did this tactic or whatever. And I got my first 2 sales ever online, right? And I got 100 emails, right? And it's like, then there's other people, there's other members who signed up 3 months ago or 4 months ago and are like, I used to sell in galleries and sell X amount, you know, and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I haven't done anything yet. And it's like, why? Why haven't you? And then they see these other members who have never sold anything outselling them. And they're like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Like, I'm not that sweet. I need to follow the program. I need to actually do some marketing. I need to work at this a little bit because I'm getting beat by people who are literally brand new. Yeah. So there's a question here on Instagram. How much is each workshop? It's nothing because it's for members only. When you're a member, you get to of Art Storefronts, you get to attend all of the workshops. You pay a one-time membership fee. That's it. That's all you do. You pay a one-time membership fee. And you join Art Storefronts. There's a monthly fee after that for you know, for the ongoing website hosting and stuff like that. But you do not pay for anything else. You don't pay for individual workshops. You don't pay for individual playbooks. You don't pay for templates, you know, email copy, subject lines, everything that we have that we provide in our marketing product.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, great question.
By the way, I should say, if you are not an Art Storefront's customer or member, come to our Zoom call tomorrow. We're doing, Patrick and I do a Zoom call for non-members to help them with their business, their questions, what's their biggest roadblock and hurdle. It'll be tomorrow, Wednesday at, what's the time? Oh, it's 9 Pacific, 11 Central, and 12 Eastern. 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, and 12 p.m. Eastern. Do we have the link on this post, Pat?
For the Zoom call, I don't think we. No.
Okay, so they should follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook and join our email list to be notified and to get the link of when that is. We should get that. We should get that up if we can.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
If you're on Instagram, is the link in our bio?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so the link's in our bio on Instagram.
It just says next Zoom session or whatever.
Yeah, but join that. We would love to help you. We're helping a lot of people, you know, like a lot of roadblocks, a lot of patterns in those roadblocks, right? They all tend to be the same conceptually, right? Like my audience is unique. My art is too unique. How do I find my audience? You know, does art really sell online? How many pieces do I need? What pricing should I have? How do I sell my first pieces, right? All of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we are live all the time. So yeah, I feel like we need to get like a better system for just a persistent Zoom link that just works. But yeah, I love the Zoom sessions, and you know, as much as we're helping people, we still just continue to learn and see the same patterns over and over and over again. The exact same thing. Turns out everybody's stuck on the same thing. Always has been, right? Turns out they all need help with their marketing. Turns out we all need help with our marketing.
Do you know what's another topic that's emerged that I realized that I've got to do a presentation on is I need to explain, and this is probably like a whiteboard session. I need to explain the difference between selling direct and selling through third parties and what that means, right? Because we've been talking about this a lot. This is a very, very important thing for people to understand about building their business. We talk about in the context of don't build your house on sand, build it on rock, right? And this is in any industry, but like for whatever reason in the art industry, it's a huge problem because, you know, it's been brought on by galleries and publishers and just the old, you know, gatekeepers, the third party gatekeepers of the industry, right? But yet still people come in and they need help. And they're asking us, and their question is about how do I get into galleries, or how do I sell into more galleries online? And then they look at you know, the outfits like Fine Art America or Saatchi Art, these online sites, and they're like, I'm selling online, and it's like, no, those are just galleries. That's just one gallery. Like, you know, the gallery down the street from you in downtown. Like, yeah, that's one gallery. This is just an online one gallery. That's all it is. So yeah, you uploaded your work to 2 galleries that everybody in the planet is uploading to every single day, all day, right? That's why, you know, Reed was talking about on our Zoom call yesterday. I thought that was great how, you know, after speaking to like 50,000 artists and photographers over the phone, like real conversations, like 1 out of 1,000 is actually making sales on any of those platforms. And any of those are, and that one person, it's like a couple of sales a year. That's it. That's all it is, right? And so building selling through third parties, the problem is that the rug can get pulled out from you at any time, which is what's happened during this pandemic, or it happens in general. The gallery doesn't want to show your work anymore. They don't want to show as much of your work, or the online gallery like doesn't get you any traffic, or maybe they do, and you're in their best sellers, and you know you're there for a month or 2 months, and then you're out, right? The rug gets pulled out. You have no control. The only way to control your destiny is to build a direct business. So you can sell through third parties, and that's fine. Treat that as the gravy. But your direct business should take the majority of your focus and time, because no one can take that away from you. And if you haven't been building a direct business, that's why you don't have consistent sales, and you never will. You never will until you do. People have been artists and photographers for 20 years, Pat. I mean, I've been in this industry. They've never built anything that they own. They've never understood this concept. This is how you build a business in any industry, right? But they've been doing it for 20 years and they've been building everybody else's business but their own. That's what you're doing when you sell through third parties. You're building their business. They are building their business with your product, your art, okay? Now, it's a mutual beneficial relationship until it isn't, but that's how that works. And it's okay, you play that game, but you don't ever put all your eggs in that basket. 90% of your eggs should be in your basket, the basket you control. It's critical. This is so crucial that if you've been making this mistake for years, it's the one thing you need to change. The one thing, it's a strategic move and you need to change it. You need to build a direct business and sell direct. So I want to chart this out on a whiteboard and explain this. I think it's totally a necessary lesson.
Yeah, it sounds like, oh, duh, right? That's exactly how I should do it, but nobody does it. Nobody does it because it's too easy. If you get something that's working, we just have the tendency that it's always going to work, right? Well, it always works until it doesn't.
Yeah.
Until a pandemic hits, right? Until we have violence in our streets and no one's shopping anymore. Like it's scary, You wouldn't put your retirement savings all in one stock.
Yep.
Right?
No, so you wouldn't.
Don't put your business all in one stock, all in one revenue source. And when you have that in the perspective of how long you're going to be in this game and how long you're going to be doing it, and you just start in on earnest, working at it, it changes everything.
It does. But the main point for everybody listening, like that I want to make here that is so important, right? Is, right now everybody's like, because the offline shut off the last 2 months, everybody wants to go online, right? And the right solution is you don't need to go online. Yes, you do, but it's not just about going online. You need to build your own direct business online. Your own art gallery. You need to run your own international art gallery, your own. It just happens to be online, right? So going online, if what you did was, okay, the whole world shut off. I can't do art shows. I can't sell in galleries. And you're like, I got to go online. And all you did was upload to these online gallery websites. You have perpetuated the same model that brought you to this problem in the first place. Stop. You got to stop. The thing you have to do is stop with the third parties. Start building your own direct business where you own your customer list. You're doing your direct marketing, right? That's what you have to do. And that's what we do at Art Storefronts. We're an all-in-one solution for all of it. But I feel like I'm Paul Revere, like going from town to town, or platform to platform. Like, guys, come on. Like, you got to wake up. You got to do this. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's not rocket science. Like, ask any entrepreneur in any other industry. You can't rely on third parties. You build a business by owning your own distribution. You have to own your own distribution. So that's what's behind this, guys. So if you never thought that way, make sure you make that change today. Please do it. And then ping me in a year or two, tell Patrick and I in a year or two, when you're benefiting from making that change, and you'll be thanking us. I know it.
Yep. Okay, we got to leave it there, so I got to get ready for this thing.
That's right. We got
the Zoom call. We got all.
That's for members. That's members only. It's members only.
Are you getting the guitar up?
I don't know. I might. I'm like, what do I even play? I haven't even played guitar in months.
You're gonna get the.
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
it's gonna hurt.
Okay, that's okay. Come up with something. There's literally gonna be music on this thing today. That's how wacky we're doing it.
It'll be funny. Yeah. I'll do it because we'll just ship it. That's what we do, right? We just ship it.
Chris, there's a link in the Facebook post itself. Where the heck is
that? Chris is asking where to request a demo.
Are you in Hong Kong? Are you in Hong Kong in that little background right there? I love Hong Kong. I don't know if
Chris, there's a link. There's a link in the post and in Instagram. There's a link to request a demo. If you guys are interested in learning about Art Storefronts, request a demo and talk to somebody on our outreach team. They're going to learn more about you. They'll learn more about what your goals are and things like that, and they'll tell you whether you're a good fit or not. So, yeah, that's the key. And we're running another. We're still in pandemic times. We realize that. So I'll just announce it today, Pat, since we've talked about it. We're running another promotion.
we're also running a Zoom. So Chris, Annie, like we're running a Zoom for non-members tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 Central, 12 Eastern, that you guys can jump on, and there's going to be a live demo and all the rest of it. So
yeah. You can request a demo too to have a more specific conversation, but the workshop today is for members only. So that's what we're referring to. We've got that in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But otherwise, the non-members, non-customers, that's tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, 12 Eastern. So make sure you attend that. Get on our email list and so forth. But anyways, what I was saying is we are running a promotion right now, okay? We're continuing a promotion for joining our storefronts. All right. So if you know about us, like what we're doing, and you want to consider joining, we are running a promotion to join our storefronts. So get your demo request in, and our team will help you and give you more information about the discounts and the pricing and all of that. All right. We leave it there.
Yeah, we leave it there. I got to get everything ready. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you on the Zoom. Customers. Bye.
All right, guys. See ya.
I didn't end it. Hold on.